apparently a federal judge basically released a detailed inventory of what Donald Trump stole from the U.S. government.
Borrowed.
These are not his documents. Doesn't matter if he classified them or declassified them or any of that.
It's sentimental value.
You don't get to keep U.S. government documents after you leave office because you were the former president. It doesn't work that way.
And some of the stuff he took, it's just like, intelligence that we gathered on Emmanuel Macron for his sex life, which is like creepy in and of itself, understanding that that's what our intelligence agencies do. But it's for his own, titillation or something like that. It was just like childish stuff, plus other potentially we don't even know secrets. Well,
remember now, if you look at those envelopes, I mean those top pages in that picture. They are varying degrees of classification. I guess it's like secret, top secret, and maybe, super secret. But then there's also other letters which indicate like a silo as to like a category almost as to where they are. Not so much a classification in terms of like how sensitive, but what the sensitivities, the nature of the sensitivities. And on those documents, it indicated that these are the sensitivities are such that it would be a grave threat to national security, specifically in these instances, as opposed to like these are secrets on how to build, I don't know, a nuclear power plant or something to that effect. I'm just guessing, but apparently Trump had 43 empty folders that were marked classified, and then the documents were missing from inside. It's unclear whether he just stole a bunch of folders or whether the documents inside sort of went away. But it does sort of beg the question, like, what is he doing with just like, it's so cool to have the folders.
Look how important that was.
I was just prepared for the future of
that's possible.
Documents. What else is,
It's the best. But the best place for me to put my eventual divorce documents with Melania in those top secret folders.
But keep in mind that they worked really hard, even after they were lied to about what he was retaining. They worked really hard to sort of like resolve this quietly and not have to go in there. I mean, they went for months and months and months. And he could have avoided all of this. Like, I don't understand why he just didn't photocopy the things and give them back. Like, it's nuts. But nevertheless, here is Donald Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, on with Newsmax Sean Spicer with a very inconvenient slip of the tongue in terms of like, now remember, again, the classification of these documents is irrelevant to what the Department of Justice has alleged, which is that there was obstruction here. These are government property. He pretended he didn't have them. He knew he did. And their argument is like, well, he can declassify anything. Completely irrelevant, but also a dubious claim. But here is Trump lawyer Alina Habba.
They're trying to, obviously now knowing what you just said, conflate this idea that you were looking for potentially handling classified documents. So if you weren't looking for them and that's not what you're handling, then that seems that would be a moot issue as well.
Yes, it's a very moot issue. Sorry, guys, we're going to have to move on to the next story. I'm not, I don't have clearance to touch or go through classified documents. You actually have to have clearance to do that if they're classified. These were declassified, is my understanding. But again, I'm not the attorney that was handling this, haven't been. I don't plan on being. There are a team of attorneys that were in Florida today that are dealing with this and have been on this matter since their first reach out with NARA, and then some additional attorneys have been joined that team. But no, my search was for the Attorney General in New York and had nothing to do with classified documents and NARA at all.
Oh.
So you can't touch them because they're definitely not. You can't touch documents that are classified, which is why you can't touch these documents that Trump says are declassified, but that the FBI raided to get back from him.
Man, Christina Bob must be feeling some bus tracks on her back. She's like, I certainly didn't do any of that. That was not me who did that.
Yeah, they're running for the hills, these lawyers. And part of it is also, I think, these lawyers have to account for...
they're going to be compelled to testify. A story from yesterday.
Yep. And so I think we're watching preparation for that. I mean, I think it's what's happening. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to be the lawyer who's going to take the fall. And some lawyer is going to.
Well, either Trump lied to his attorneys, which is, I think, probably the more likely outcome. About
maybe I did, maybe I didn't. When the president tells a lie, it's not a lie.
It's declassified.
My lies are de-lied. They're more truth.
They're de-lied.
Have you heard of Truth Social? All I do is truth.
My lies are retruths.
But so either he lied to his lawyers about how much he had returned to the government, or they were complicit. There's no way around it. So it's going to be fascinating.